avoiding the question. The mayor's office and French Market Corporation are pointing fingers at one another as we look for answers about whether they will open up the city's apartment at the Upper Patalba building for rent to the public.
Well, a report from the New Orleans Office of Inspector General yesterday requested they do just that because of what he calls, quote, misuse by the mayor. WDSU reporter Eli Brand spoke with a French Market Corporation board member about whether he would vote to open up the apartment. Eli.
Yeah, WDSU has reported extensively on claims that the mayor has been living here at the Patalba apartments full time. Past mayors claim that that's misuse. They say that it's supposed to be used only for guests of the mayor. A land use lawyer that I spoke with earlier today also say claims by the mayor's team about the building's ownership don't stack up.
This mayor's actions remind me of a child on kind of Christmas morning that's just kind of taking everything and running with it.
That's land use attorney Justin Schmidt, who says the OIG is correct in his report, saying the mayor is wasting city resources with her use of the city-owned Upper Patalba apartment. He also says claims from the city that they don't own it are wrong.
It's like saying Bill Gates saying he can't control what happens with Microsoft. Yes, they have a board. The board votes. They are the decision makers. It's got an executive director that administers those decisions. But at the end of the day, the mayor is the sole shareholder of that, and I think has a lot of influence.
That claim comes from Mayor Latoya Cantrell's chief of communications, Gregory Joseph, who says the mayor's team would never tell the French Market Corporation how to use the building he says that they own. That statement was made Wednesday. The French Market Corporation responded to WDSU Thursday morning with a statement of their own, directing all questions back to Gregory. Documents obtained by WDSU from the 2021 City Comprehensive Financial Report says that the city owns both the French Market Corporation and the Upper Patalba building. The French Market Corporation's board is also appointed entirely by the mayor of New Orleans. City Councilman Oliver Thomas is one of those appointees and says the city should not give it up.
Valuable piece of property, historic piece of property, means a lot to the city. Let's tighten up the rules and the guidelines. If we do that, I think it's an asset that we can continue to use to help represent the city while we're hosting others and while we're trying to encourage people to invest in our community.
For Schmidt, he says the whole saga shows gross misuse of the apartment by the mayor, but he agrees with Thomas, the city should not turn over the space.
I don't think that the occupation or the city having the unit in and of itself is a problem.
We have reached further back out to the mayor's team for more comment on the building's ownership, as well as whether or not the mayor will direct those appointees on the board to follow the OIG's recommendation. Reporting live on Jackson Square, Eli Brands, WDSU News. Back to you.
Eli, we'll see you right back here at 6 o'clock.